Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to WWE 2K16, and this is the SmackDown before Extreme Rules. We've got a match with Neville here. The Authority wants us to end the match with red leg health. That's not going to happen, but fortunately we have a lot of favor with them, so it's not going to be that bad of a deal. And chances are at the pay-per-view we're going to have a match with Luke Harper, who is currently, as we check, the #1 contender for Sheamus's IC title. So hopefully this will finally get us into the area where we can challenge for the gold. Here's hoping. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Hell's bells, Adam Rose. Man, all the members of the Social Outcast are getting thrashed here. Let's put Neville in his place. And no special attack. When I mean special attack, we're not going to get attacked during our entrance or anything like that I can tell. So that's good. Man, we may not even get a match with Luke Harper, honestly. But we'll see. So last night, Raw. Interesting show what I actually watched. I fell asleep near the end of hour 2. We had just gotten back from PAX South, and it was a 5-hour long road trip, and I was driving. So I was really not in the mindset or physical condition to watch 3 hours of wrestling. That is the cure for insomnia, let me tell you. Well, let's see what we can do about putting Neville away as quickly as possible. We started out with a princely elbow. Let's see if we can hit a lot of our more nasty moves. Nice Billy Robinson leg whip there. But I do have my little recap sheet here, and I'll try and talk about the stuff that I saw at least, and talk a little bit about Fastlane, which is coming up here soon. But Raw started with kind of a thing between Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Brock Lesnar, who were fighting in the triple threat match for the shot at the world title at WrestleMania. That's normally what they do. Someone wins the Rumble and then has to defend that right. But it should be interesting. They announced Ambrose, or they didn't really announce Ambrose versus Lesnar, but Ambrose and Brock had some words, which was interesting. And that was pretty much about it there. Let's get him a stunner. Catch our breath here. The first actual match was Kalisto versus Rusev. Now, Rusev, if you don't know, is the only member of the League of Nations who is not injured. Everyone is injured. Del Rio got injured during the Royal Rumble match. Sheamus is injured, and Wade Barrett was injured. So Rusev is the only member who can really field for them right now. And Kalisto won via countout and acted like he had won a world title. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a win is still a win, and they should push that as such. But I mean, if they're trying to build him up as a credible U.S. champion, probably need to do something a little bit more than have him win via countout. Otherwise, it's going to be basically the Rey Mysterio world title run all over again, which was not a very good thing to witness. And I didn't even... Oh, there it was. It was too late. I'm about to get brain busted. So then they had... Let's see. Looking at my sheet here. Everything's kind of jumbled here in my head. But let's see if we can actually focus on the match here. Reverse that. Now, they were talking about Nikki Bella's neck surgery. Apparently, the neck surgery went as good as could be expected. And while I'm not the biggest fan of Nikki Bella, I do wish her a lot of luck in her recovery because she was starting to get a little bit better, too, as a heel wrestler. I mean, she wasn't the best by any stretch of the imagination, and there was always the nepotism claims regarding her title reign, which I think have a little bit of truth to them, but that doesn't mean she can't get better. Let's go ahead and kick out of this. Then they had the Usos against Curtis Axel and, who was it? It was Curtis Axel and Adam Rose. And the Usos won that, of course, because Social Outcasts are not going to be winning matches anytime soon. And I can't scale the top rope. And then we had one of the more interesting skits. It was Miz TV with guest star AJ Styles. And they did kind of what I expected them to do. AJ didn't get to talk a whole lot. It was the Miz basically talking about his accomplishments and then trying to put himself over. Then AJ had enough of that and proceeded to spear Miz and take him down. I actually, when you talk about like your fan, people that you're a fan of that probably not a whole lot of people are, I'm actually a big fan of Miz. I think the Miz is a great old school villain. And I look forward to anytime that he's on TV because he can talk, man. I look forward to his skits. But I guess they're going to push right now maybe a mini feud between AJ and Miz. AJ fought Curtis Axel on SmackDown and actually hit the Styles Clash. So it looks like that is going to be his finisher, fortunately. I was wondering if they were actually going to let him do that. I guess as long as people are told how to take the move correctly, it's like one of the safest moves in the world to take. And to be fair, Michelle McCool used it in when she was wrestling in WWE on SmackDown. So if all the divas can do it, no reason why the main roster can't. There's another Saito suplex. What else did we have? We had Brie Bella versus Charlotte, and it looks like they're going to be doing a mini feud, another mini feud, with Brie and Charlotte to kind of push the fact of Nikki Bella's injury, so Brie gets some sympathy. I don't think it's going to last long, and from what I'm reading, it's not going to last till Mania, thankfully. They're going to, basically what it looks like is push Becky and Sasha, and I hope that would go to a triple threat because I think that would be an amazing match. Oh, I thought I had reversed it. Well, let's see what we can... Oh, Neville has his finisher. Thank you, referee, or thank you, Lana, and thank you, referee, for not paying attention. And here's a heart punch for your trouble there, Neville. And let's set it up just a little bit. A charged finisher. And we can't do it on the chair, unfortunately, but it's okay. And let's put Neville away, unless he has... Let's see if he has it. Yep. He had resiliency. Well, I guess Neville's not going to give us the easy win that we were hoping for. But they brought out... Who did they bring out? Oh, yeah. They had the break between Sasha and Team Bad. And they actually had Naomi do a little bit of mic work. And she's not bad. She's not bad on the mic. She sounds kind of natural. But it looks like the roles are kind of reversed. And Lana is wearing a chair. I just noticed that. Can you guys see that? She's got like a chair cape on. I'm terrified. But as Sasha was getting beat down by Naomi and Tamina, Becky decided to come in. So they're kind of a duo now via convenience. Very Goku Vegeta-ish. So that's cool. Storylines in the Divas division. Can you imagine that? Then we had Big Show against Eric Rowan, and this kind of goes to the bad news that I was going to need to talk about today. Bray Wyatt was not on the show because, well, Blackjack Mulligan, Wyndham, Barry Windham's father, is pretty much on death's door, unfortunately. He's had a lot of health problems. And you know what? Bow down, Neville. Roll into the pin and call that a day. But he's had a lot of health problems, and apparently he's very, very close to death's door, so much that Bray, as well as Mike Rotunda, IRS, who is a road agent for WWE, they both went to go be with him now, so chances are we'll probably hear the bad news here any time. If it's enough to get a wrestler away from a storyline, that's pretty significant in terms of the severity of it. Let's go ahead and get through this. So Bray wasn't there, but the rest of the Wyatt family was, and they fought the Big Show. And basically, Big Show won because it was against Eric Rowan, who's normally the Wyatt family's fall guy. But then Big Show got attacked, and no one came to help him. That is one of those nonsensical bookings that I've been talking about, because on SmackDown, Big Show turned face. Now, we all know about the joke about Big Show continually turning face and heel, but he saved Reigns and Ambrose, I believe it was, on SmackDown the previous week. Speaking of, hold on, let's see. Triple Threat Extreme Rules. Ooh. Against Barrett and Dolph. And we're still number 4 in the rankings, man. Crazy. And Goldust is number 1 contender. What do you want, Authority? Perform 2 signatures during your match. I can do that. Definitely. Okay. So. And we are the opening match, huh? Where's the title match? Shamo against Goldust. So this better get us up the rankings, man. But he saved Roman and Ambrose, and then he starts getting beat down by the Wyatt family, and Ambrose and Reigns are nowhere to be found. It's like Big Show was the sacrificial lamb. It's that nonsensical stuff. Just, it needs to make sense. But I guess that's something I should need to expect in this day and age. What else happened? We had the continued burial of Tyler Breeze. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, Tyler Breeze is in hot water with apparently some officials in WWE right now because he asked to leave a TV taping early. Shock and horror, right? It's not like he was on the main event or anything. And that was so insulting to some people. Some of that stuff is just so petty to me personally. He has been buried on television and in live matches ever since, despite the fact that he's an amazing talent. Some people thought he didn't respect the business because he asked to leave early. It's that just some of that stuff is just beyond prickish. Now we need to be careful here. I really hate triple threats in this game because of how bad the system is of going back and forth between targets. And I have less sympathy for it now because at PAX I watched Southern Slam, which was a group of streamers and gamers doing a tournament of the old THQ N64 games. Let's get a bat here. And that game was so smooth and was so easy to learn. And now it's a lot more complicated for no reason either. Because you have about the same amount of moves in this game as you would in No Mercy 64. But that's just me giving out about it, I guess. Because I can't switch back and forth between targets smoothly in this game. That's something for all the people who are working on this game, and I said it before, it's a huge improvement over 2K15. Please, guys, please work on the switching back and forth between targets. It's almost a game breaker, especially during the story mode where you have to get thrown into these kind of matches. And it can be somewhat of a problem. After that, oh, speaking of Dolph had the match of the night. He had a match against Kevin Owens. Big surprise there. The thing that surprised everyone, though, is you figured it was going to end with a pop-up powerbomb, 1, 2, 3. Nah, it ended with a pop-up powerbomb, but into a zigzag. There's our first signature. Into a zigzag for the win for Ziggler. So there you go. So I guess now they're going to push that feud, which is awesome for Dolph. And looking forward to seeing where that's going to go. Maybe that'll get Ziggler a bit more into the title picture for the IC or the US. Man, I really need to work on my reversals here. I'm still in the green. I'm much better off than the rest of them. But we still have one more signature that we need to... Ooh, I'm not going to be in the green for long if that keeps up. But definitely the highlight match. And Ziggler and Owens, the workhorses so far. And, ooh, no. I am not going to lose a match like that. And then we had the Sasha and Becky thing that I was talking about earlier. And it looks like they're also going for an R-Truth Goldust tag team. Kind of an interesting... Well, that'll work, Dolph. An interesting throwback to Goldust and Booker T. The Golden Truth, but it doesn't look like they're going with it. They're not committed to it just yet. And then there was the New Day against Reigns and Ambrose, which is a match that we've seen. Lesnar came out, and it ended pretty much how you'd expect, with Ambrose getting laid out. And that was pretty much Raw. Now, I may be being a bit pessimistic toward the show, but I was... Oh, no. Hold on. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Nice. And there's our second. And I got some bad news for you, Wade. You are not going to be capitalizing on this. Here, have a stunner for your troubles. And, oh, Dolph. Well, it's okay. They're not going to be pinning each other out there. I'm kind of in a bad mood because of the news about Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. I've read his book. He's very controversial. There's a lot of stuff that I agree with him on and a lot of stuff that I don't. He's very polarizing, but as a kid, I loved Bret Hart, just like I loved Kevin Nash, who is also a very polarizing figure in the wrestling world. But Bret announced his prostate cancer diagnosis, and I'm hoping that the Hitman, has this very speedy recovery. But man, it's a scary thing because normally these people do not announce that they have something unless it's pretty well advanced. And Dolph is just getting beaten like a government mule, as JR would say. But thoughts and prayers toward the Hitman. If anyone can beat prostate cancer, it's the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be. But if you ever get a chance to read Bret's book, do so, because even if you don't like the guy, it is a fascinating read, because you find out stuff about people. And these guys are plumb tuckered, as they would say where I come from. Oh, I thought he was going for the bullhammer right there. Oh, there goes JBL. JBL and Cole and Lawler, they're standing up. Things are happening. Vintage. Maggle. And such. And at least make the commentary team a little bit more interesting. But I'm just going to hang out here and take it easy. Okay. So, let's go ahead and take you out, Wade. Uh-oh. Well, this may... Okay, there we go. Okay. Zigglypuff, I'm going to need you to go that way. Oh, he hit me with the bull hammer. Holy crap. Really? Is this how it ends? No, that is not how it ends. Wow, I didn't know he could just hit that as a... I thought he had to grapple for it. There, reverse DDT. Ziggler's going to go up top and hit something ridiculous. The Macho Man elbow, very nice. Ziggler, let's give you what for. And hold dirty pin. Oh, never mind. I could not, unfortunately. Well, let's go ahead and throw Barrett outside then, because Ziggler's about to come in. And we're just going to wash, rinse, and repeat. There's the DDT. Okay, quickly. Got some bad news for you, Wade. Now, I did hit my 2 signatures. I think I did. I hope and pray that I did. We're about to find out. And a 4.5-star match is not bad at all. And the authorities' order was completed. Excellent. So let's see what the aftermath of this was. It's like, come on, I need to go up the rankings now, don't I? Because I'll tell you guys the God's honest truth, the fact that I'm not progressing like I should in this game is frustrating me to the point that it's starting to get to that point. But, okay, rank increased. Thank you. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, I guess. And let's see here. And nothing really I can do. Let's see who wins the match for the IC title. Okay, Shamo retained. And now we are in week 1 of May. Review, and we got a match against Dolph. Put on a 4-star match or better and lose to Dolph. Oh, what do you guys want from me? Seriously. Okay, guys, well, we are going to go ahead and end it here. I don't think we're going to lose to Ziggler because that's going to knock us down the rankings, and that will not do. But we'll see what happens. If you guys like the episode, give it a like down below, rather. subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.